Thanks a lot for staying with us. We have one more update coming in from the Supreme Court. My colleague Nalini Sharma is with us to bring us more. In fact, the hearing on the migrant issue has concluded for the day, and the Supreme Court, Nalini, has reserved its order for Tuesday. Just to recap the day's proceedings for us.
Well, Shivani, there were detailed arguments that were made on behalf of the centre as well as all of the states that were represented before the Supreme Court. And essentially, they'd given details of the number of migrant labourers that are still stranded in their states and exactly how long of a time will they need to send those migrant workers back home. So with regard to that, the Supreme Court has said that they are inclined to provide a maximum of 15 days period to all the states to send all the migrant workers back home. But these arguments are coming in even as the central government has come forth and clarified that over 1 crore migrants have already been sent back to their home states, which essentially means that almost 90% of the migrants have already gone back, and there are only 10% that are remaining stranded in some of the states. Of course, 80% of these migrants have either travelled back to Uttar Pradesh or Bihar from various parts across the country. But at the same time, there are governments that have also come forth and told the Supreme Court, the state governments as well as the central government, have also come forth and told the Supreme Court that several of these migrant workers are not as eager to go back home anymore as they were maybe a month or two back. Essentially because the country is in phase one of the country being lifted from the lockdown. So keeping that in mind, several of these migrant workers wanted to go back to their jobs and resume their jobs because several industries have also opened up during this particular time. At the same time, the centre, through the Solicitor General, has also come forth and strongly objected to not hearing arguments on behalf of any of the interveners at this particular point, because the Solicitor General has said that this is only going to lead to more chaos happening in the current scenario when the centre is doing all that it can to ensure that all the migrant workers are travelled back to their home states safely. One more important point, Shivani, that I need to highlight, the Solicitor General has also come forth and clarified regarding the deaths of the migrant workers that were happening on the trains.
Right. But Nalini, when we speak of the order that has been reserved for Tuesday, can you give us a sense? Because the situation, as you mentioned, is very fluid and extremely dynamic. Things are changing week to week. And already we have moved from a lockdown situation to an unlock situation. So when you talk of an order being reserved, give us a sense of what was really originally asked for. What is the kind of order that we can look forward to? Are there going to be some sort of directives to the centre and state governments, or some sort of intervention that has been asked on the part of the Supreme Court?
Well, Shivani, this was a case that had come up in the Supreme Court earlier, but at that time the Supreme Court had said that it's not going to hear any arguments on this and it's going to leave it to the best judgment of the government to decide what needs to be done. But soon after that, the Supreme Court had actually taken suo motu cognizance in the case, and during the first hearing, the Supreme Court had come forth and said that the reason they've taken suo motu cognizance in this case, which means they've taken the cognizance to hear the matter by themselves, is out of their own conscience and not because any of the lawyers have suggested so. So the Supreme Court only took up this case for hearing for the second time around to ensure and to know exactly what was being done by the centre as well as all of the states to ensure that there is no migrant that is actually facing the brunt because of the entire country being in a lockdown. At the same time, that is why the Supreme Court had gone forth and issued a flurry of directions to the centre as well as the states, the most important of which, of course, was the fact that no single migrant should be charged any fee when they want to travel either by rail or by road to reach back to their home states. So the Supreme Court was looking out for the migrants. That was the precise reason as to why they had taken cognizance of the matter. But once the Supreme Court decided to do that, there was a flurry of intervention applications that were also filed by several people saying that they are interested parties in the case and they should be heard by the Supreme Court before the Supreme Court comes to a decision. NHRC was the latest party to come forth with an intervention application before the Supreme Court, saying that in their application, the NHRC has listed down several short-term and long-term measures that should be taken into account by the Supreme Court before deciding what the final order is going to be. Interestingly, the Supreme Court at this point has not allowed any of the interveners to really argue. They've agreed with the Solicitor General when they've said that this will only lead to more chaos. So the Supreme Court's only heard arguments on behalf of the centre along with all of the states including Kerala, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Orissa, Maharashtra. All of the states were represented before the Supreme Court today. They've given the details of the number of migrant workers that are still stranded in their states and how long it's going to take them to send back these migrant workers to their home states. So the Supreme Court's only heard the state and the central government till now. And on Tuesday is when it's going to pass its final order in this case. So essentially what we can expect on Tuesday might be another set of directions coming in from the Supreme Court on how this crisis needs to be mitigated towards the fag end of the crisis, essentially because the central government is right when it points out that not a lot of migrants are as eager to go back home as they were earlier. So of course the crisis is much less severe than what it was long back, also keeping in mind that several of these migrant workers have already been transported back home. So the order on Tuesday we can expect only pertaining to what further directions the government needs to follow to ensure that these migrants are looked well after, even after they're taken back to their home states, specifically pertaining to the kind of food that will be provided to them and employment, etc.
Right. The situation, of course, has drastically changed. Now there is actually no bar as far as intra and interstate travel is concerned. So individuals can move freely. Many rail services have started. Many states have started their state bus services as well. So it's not the same when the migrants had to be specially ferried by special railway trains to their native places because they had no other means to travel at that time. So it remains to be seen how that situation is going to be looked at now when we are already in Unlock 1. But we'll keep coming back to Nalini. Thanks a lot for joining us for all of those updates. It is time for us to slip into a very short break. On the other